Hello and thank you for joining me for today's Junk Journal with Me episode. Today I'm going to be working with my new Ultimate Summer Prompt 2019 list, which I created together with Demi from D Journals, and I have posted this on Instagram a few days ago. If you're interested in joining us, please see the link that I put below where you can see the prompts. And it would be great if you would also, if you have Instagram, post them on the hashtag listed so that we can see each other's spreads. I think that would be fun. So I'm going to be doing one of these prompts today, but I wanted to find a way to add this prompt list to the front of my journal. And one of my viewers had recently suggested to use one of these tea filters that I had in an older video as a pocket. And I thought that was a great idea, so I was trying that for adding my prompt list too, but I didn't really like it. So I'm going to be using that pocket for something else in this video, and I have linked similar tea pockets below. The ones I listed have actually some string on the top as well, which is also cool. I couldn't find any without them like we do have here in Austria. So for the prompt list, I now just glued the middle part onto the first page of my journal. I'm going to use this 1¼ inch square scalloped punch to make a closure, and I'm linking a similar punch down below as well if you're interested in these. I got this one at a craft flea market. So I'm punching out the same designer paper that I have on that page, and I'm just adding a cardstock to the back to make it more sturdy with my glue stick. Then I'm going to ink around the edges, and then I'm just going to glue that onto the page so that it makes a closure, and you'll see how to do that in a second. It's very simple yet very effective. I've also closed envelopes in this way, and it's really simple, and it keeps the page or the envelope closed nicely. I think this is a great way of doing that. So just gluing that on there, but not gluing that top part obviously, and you can just stick the flap in there and you have access to whatever's in there. So going back to this tea filter, which is also not bleached, which is nice because it has a nice beige color, and I added this semicircle to be able to take out whatever I will put in there easier. And I've also learned from my viewers that if you're punching out a material which is soft, like this filter for example, it's always best to place underneath a piece of cardstock so that it will punch better. So that's an awesome tip, and I would like to pass it on to you because as you see it works really nice. And now I was going through some of tags I got from my BFF, and I will link those below as well. Those are from AliExpress and they're really cute. And these two pieces I have in my hand now are from Happy Mail, and I end up actually only using this Inspire one. I really love those. And that's going to be my decoration for this pocket. So I've inked both the tag and the round tag, and now I'm just going to place inside the pocket a piece of kind of like a parchment paper, because when you glue something on the pocket, the glue goes right through because the material is so thin. So I wanted to be sure that that pocket doesn't get stuck closed. So that's why I wanted to just include that parchment paper. And also, of course, now gluing the back side, I would have the same problem. So it's really good to have something in between that. So now I'm just going to put that round tag on the bottom. And I felt it needed a little something more, so I'm doing that later, sorry. So first, this is also from that same set of tags from AliExpress, which I'm linking below, and I'm just using this one to write some journaling on. And since the tag on the pocket said journal on it, I thought I would write on the back something about what it means to write in a journal. And I found a beautiful quote saying, "Writing in a journal reminds you of your goals and of your learnings in life. It offers a place where you can hold a deliberate, thoughtful conversation with yourself." And this quote is by Robin S. Sharma. And to finish off that tag, I'm adding some very thin lace at the top, which I also got from the craft flea market in May. I'm just going to tie a little bow around that. So now I'm taking that parchment paper out because I think the glue is dry enough. Sticking that in, and then now is the time where I'm gonna finish off that pocket by adding a little bit of self-adhesive lace, which I'm also linking from AliExpress below. And this is a neutral white, meaning it's not a bleached white, and so that I think works out really nice. So that's my front of the book done. And now I'm looking for another page I can work on, and I'm gonna choose this yellowish cardstock that I have towards the back. Oh, sorry, I'm actually using the cardstock as a tuck spot. So I'm choosing this green one from a book page, and I'm going to be adding a tuck spot with this yellow cardstock. And on it, I'm going to add some of these really cute paper ruffles I made recently, and I am linking the video below from the tutorial I used, and I've mentioned this in another video. It's by Natasha from Treasure Books, and she has a great tutorial to make these, and they're so much fun to make. So I wanted to use some more of those because I really enjoy using them for all kinds of things. And here I'm just going through which one would work best with the colors I have here. These are some of the ones I made with washi tape, but I'm going back to the ones where I used my scrap papers. And now I'm just gonna cut off the part that I want to use. And I'm just gonna glue that right onto that yellow piece after I glue the yellow part down, and of course after I ink everything. So now I'm just putting glue on the three sides so that it will form a tuck spot. I can slip a tag or something into that. And now I'm just gonna glue the ruffles right on top of that. I've actually never made any fabric ruffles. I have to try that as well. I don't know if they're as easy to do as the paper ones. And now I was trying to look for something I could make a tag out of, but I thought it would be better first to know what I'm going to write about. And I decided to just go for the first prompt, which is your dream vacation. These prompts are meant to use in any way you want. So either you just choose a few you enjoy, or you challenge yourself of doing one a day, any way you want to use them. So I thought I would try to find something that would work with the travel theme. And I wanted to work with this bee kit that I had used in my collaboration with Rachel from Roxy Creations, which is by My Porch Prints. I will link that down below as well. Again, that shop. And I was trying to think whether I should use like a postcard theme to go with the travel theme. And you'll see me, yeah, here you go. So that's one postcard with a bee, and then there's another one with a yeah, that one. But I actually didn't want to use any of those two, so now I have three left that I'm trying to decide on, and I really love this one that I have right there, but that one was limited to America as a theme, and I didn't want it to be limited to that because I'm going to be writing about like a world trip, and I'll read you what I wrote on the back later. So I went with this one just because I'm really loving the bright and cheerful colors of that flower bouquet. And I'm adding on the back again the same yellow cardstock that I have used as a background for my tuck spot. And I cut out the same size twice because I wanted it on the front and the back, and I wanted to sew on this beautiful piece. And while I was sewing, I realized, well, why not make that floral cutout into a pocket and add another tag inside? That would be fun. So I chose this little ticket, which is from the same Busy Bee kit, and I'm going to back it with the same yellow cardstock so that everything works well together. So I'm just gluing that on and then cutting out that same shape with my scissors. Inking that up, and that can go right into the pocket, and I'm of course inking up the whole journaling card as well. So that goes in there, and I really love how that looks. And now I'm taking a scrap of coffee dyed paper and I'm stamping with my roller stamp, which is also linked below from AliExpress, and I'm stamping the prompt, which is Dream Vacation. And I always like to do a few practice stamps first, because with this stamp it's sometimes tricky to get the pressure correct to make all the letters turn out the same. So and also you have to be sure that they're really aligned nicely. So it takes a bit of practice to work with this stamp, and you kind of need small fingers to be able to turn those wheels, because those wheels are very close to each other. So I finally have that, and now I'm just going to glue those down onto the flowers after I've inked them up. And then I will read you what I have journaled in the back for my dream vacation. And I do realize that this is quite decadent, but it's my dream vacation, so I thought I can go as big as I want because it doesn't matter, it's my dream vacation. So I wrote, my dream vacation would be to take a flight around the world with my hubby. We would start off from Vienna and fly south for a safari in Africa. Next, we would fly east to Australia and New Zealand, spending about 2 to 3 weeks at each destination. From there, we would fly to Singapore, Tokyo, and Seoul. Next destination is Hawaii, and then LA and New York and Florida, and back home. First class, of course. So I'm imagining this trip would take a few months, actually. And I've always wanted to do this. They offer these flights, these around the world flights, where you start off in one destination and you fly in one direction until you're back home. And you have a choice of I don't know how many stops, or they have different set routes as well. And they're not even, I mean, obviously first class would be very expensive, but actually if you go economy, it's not even that bad. I guess you would just have to make sure that you have visas for all the places. And vaccinations probably, and you're good to go. So I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I don't know if I'll ever manage to, but that is my dream vacation. So I hope you enjoyed this, hope you got some new ideas, and I certainly hope to see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!